the hate army troll.
It's the hate army,
bro. Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout
for
out to
hate.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
I don't know if Boogie lied about cancer. I don't care. Would you like me to officially say something about it? So about a year and a half ago, I think it was, Boogie announced on social media and then on his YouTube page that he had some kind of a rare blood cancer and that basically it was going to take years, but he probably would die from it. And actually when that happened, I heard about it. And I personally, this is before we had any grudge or beef between us or anything. And I actually reached out to him via a DM on Twitter. And I said, I'm sorry to hear about this. I wish you the best. I know you'll get through it. You got my support, basically. I wanted to be nice to the guy. When someone's going through something like that, just to hear someone say something like that can actually be very helpful, right? And at the time, he was nice. He came back to me, and we had like a very little short conversation about stuff. And at that point, because again, this was before any of the drama with Keemstar or anything like that, he said to me he wanted to have me on one of his shows. Like, he had always wanted to interview me and make some content along with me. And I said, I would consider it. Sure, I would consider being on your show. Let's talk. Maybe we'll have some details about talking about it. But again, this was years ago. This was, about a year and a half, probably like fall of 2022, something like that is when that happened. Whenever he made the announcement, that's when this conversation took place. Okay? And now you guys have known, what else has happened since then. But the drama with Keemstar, the drama with, he wants to do a podcast with me. He reaches out to me to say he wants to do a podcast with me. Then he backs out of the podcast and blames me for not wanting to be on a show with Keemstar. And then uses the show to make multiple episodes about me in a negative way. I literally haven't done anything negative about Boogie whatsoever. So I don't know why he would do that besides personal gain. So sadly, I hate to say it, it seems like the impression that I had about Boogie was wrong. I thought that he was a nice guy. He was just in a bad time in his life. I thought that maybe giving him some nice support or whatever would be nice. You know what I'm saying? But then, all of a sudden, when it benefits him, he decides to make me his mortal enemy. From what I'm to understand, on multiple times, he's talked shit about me. I don't know, because I don't watch any of the filth of that toxic stuff ever. I would never watch it. So I would never know what he said about me. But it's like, dude, I've never addressed this guy. I've never publicly really said much about him besides the fact that we were talking about maybe doing a podcast together. Like, that was it. That was the only thing I ever really said about that guy. Yeah, apparently there's been entire episodes of the show where he and others are just slamming me about complete nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Not even like it's pertinent stuff. It's just the same old memes, the same old toxic shit that everyone regurgitates that is not true or pertinent at all. They just repeat the same memes like parrots, like sheep, because they have nothing else to say. They just say the same shit over and over, makes them feel good about themselves to try to bring someone else down, which is absolutely pathetic. It's what a bully does, right? So, yeah, I that's all I know about the situation. Now, you guys are saying, you've been telling me for days, now, he's apparently it's been revealed that he's lied about cancer and all kinds of shit. I don't know. All I can say is this. Someone like that, all right, it seems to me like someone like Boogie is someone who is destined to keep making the same mistakes. He never learns, right? So if there's already a track record history of him habitually lying for personal gain, he will probably continue to lie for personal gain forever, correct? Like, there's been no actual effort to change. If this guy knows that he is medically bad because of his health, then why doesn't he do things to change it and improve it? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like he'll always be like that. So if that's the situation, and he lied about cancer and he lied about a million other things, I guess that's just who he is, and people either accept that or you move on. I don't even understand why people talk about it. Like, why? Here's the truth. If you actually feel that that person is like that, then why do you care, and why do you continue to talk about them or watch them? Just ignore them. If you know this is a person who all they do is habitually lie about everything to get over on everyone, then just ignore them, and they will fade away. They will disappear. Don't give them views. Don't give them attention. Just let them do their thing and fade into obscurity and then disappear from YouTube. Correct? Well, you know, because the truth is, if there's value there in what the content that the person makes, then people will still go back for the value they're finding. If there's no value, if the only value is they're a lol cow, we'll just ignore them. And then they will vanish and you can focus on other positive things. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand why people care about this so much. How is this a big topic of debate? Oh, he might have lied about cancer. He might have lied about the scam about cryptocurrency or this or that. Who cares? You already know the guy's a habitual liar. You know that he turns on you on a whim for personal gain. How is this a story? Why are there people making videos that are getting millions of views about this topic? How is this even a topic? Who cares? I don't care. I don't give two fucks about this guy. He turned on me, said a bunch of nasty things about me when I was trying to be nothing but nice to him. My only interactions with him were nice things and trying to be on a podcast with him because he offered it. That was it. And then my hands were off. I was like, okay, whatever. Everything else is on his end. And literally is a track record of negative shit he said. So why would I give a hell about that? Listen, I'm busy, man. I don't got time to waste on that shit. I got my own stuff I'm doing. I got my own projects, my own content, my own family to deal with. I don't have to deal with someone else's nonsense. Fuck that. I don't have to waste my time on your drama. Get the fuck out of my life, you know? So yeah, I don't understand. I don't even understand why this is a topic. I don't understand. If you already knew this is how the guy was, why did you even want him on a podcast to begin with? If you knew every word out of his mouth was going to be a lie, right? I don't know. It's like, oh, big news. Habitual bank robber has robbed a bank. Oh my God, front page news. No, they've robbed the bank 10 times before. Why is this a big drama thing right now? Like, why does anyone care? Why does anyone... Shocker, right? What are you talking about? I agree. The Dr. Disrespect drama coverage is different than Boogie drama. Here's why. The Dr. Disrespect story was shocking when it happened years ago, and we never had an answer for what happened between him and Twitch. When the answer came out, it was shocking because no one suspected that's actually what had happened behind the scenes. That's completely different than everyone else saying, well, Boogie's a liar, Boogie's a liar, Boogie's a liar, Boogie's a liar, Boogie's a liar. Yeah, we got that 7 times before. We didn't need to know. We don't have to talk about it again, right? So it's different. It's definitely a different situation. Andre, I'm well aware of that, but we're not talking about that today. I already said my piece about that last night. That's why I did the video. I don't want to derail my stuff with that today. Oh, I don't believe that at all. No other YouTuber ever lied about cancer before. I don't believe that at all. I believe it's happened before, or at least about an illness, right? About, wasn't there infamously a streamer who always said they were disabled and then come to find out they got caught standing up out of their wheelchair and it was all a sham or something? So similar stuff has happened before. This is not a big deal. Derek, how are you? Welcome. But boy, did I dodge bullets this year. Holy moly, guys. Like, seriously. Not being involved in any of this drama shit with these lolcow people. Not doing a documentary that... I'll say this now publicly too, because people every once in a while ask me. I have not had any contact with Mike Clum since like February of this year. Where we kind of left it was Mike was going to go off and do other work and other projects, and he was going to cycle back and talk to me at some point about the possibility of maybe doing a documentary in the future. And we kind of left the door open there because I said I don't want to do it now, right? And then what happened is after it was off, we canceled the documentary. It came out that his next documentary was going to be on that EDP guy. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. You did a documentary on Boogie. You wanted to do a documentary on me, which you said was going to be an honest, but, going to have positivity in there too. It wasn't going to be a doom and gloom documentary like Boogie's. But then you say, your next documentary is going to be about a guy who is an accused pedophile. Evidence of, possible wrongdoing, right? Do you not understand how bad that association is? And I outright said here on my streams, no, there was no way I was going to do a documentary with Mike when he's doing documentaries on the fucking charity case Boogie sob story and then a fucking accused pedophile. Like, what the fuck is this? Of all the things, like, why would I want to be associated in a sandwich between that shit, right? So I feel like I did dodge a bullet there. Because if I did have a documentary with Mike, it probably would have been associated with other people. Even if the documentary wasn't even bad, You know what I'm saying? Like it had some negative, but it had some positive, and overall it was a complete picture of who I am. I still people would say, oh, it's that guy with associated with EDP. And I've been like, what? How am I associated with EDP? No, I'm not. Right? So, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, has anyone heard about anything my Clum is doing right now? I mean, guys, it's July. He hasn't done anything this year at all. He hasn't released anything. And to my knowledge, he was working on multiple projects and things. You know what I mean? Like, he was supposed to be working on multiple documentaries. The EDP was one of them. Nothing has come out at all. And it's like, wonder what happened there. I haven't heard from him. Like I said, I was supposed to basically, like, cycle back and hear from him probably around the summer and go from there, but yeah, Citruson says, I still think there needs to be a documentary aside from the downfall of DSP out there. No, and you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. And I think that eventually it will happen, but I think that I'm on the right course now. I think the only way that you can get a fair documentary about me would be that I have several years where I show that I'm not involved in drama. I'm not involved in any of this toxic shit. I've made an honest effort to change and improve and be a positive person. I stay disassociated from any of the nonsense. Then you could say, okay, listen, in his past, there was all this bullshit. But take a look at the last few years where all this effort has been made to make positive content. And even though he's not a popular YouTuber anymore, he still makes a living. He's still got a respectable audience. He's still got people who supports him for who he is. And he's not hurting anyone. That's the epilogue of the story, right? You need to have that epilogue chapter in order to have the fair documentary. So that's what I mean. It's like right now to do a documentary doesn't even make sense because I'm in that phase right now. I'm kind of in that phase of transition to positive content, even though it means I'm not popular. At least I'm happy and successful for the stature that I have, which is very small, but still respectable. The fact that I make a living doing it, right? That's the thing. I have no intention of having any kind of giant stature or growth. I just don't. I like who I am, where I am. Maybe every once in a while a video will go viral or whatever, but it's not a big deal to me at all. Yeah, Andre the DJ, see, here's the thing. He says, I saw an episode of Mr. Beast, 50 YouTubers competed for cash and prizes. I would say, I'm not sure I'd want to participate in that kind of a contest. You're in a good place already. Back in the day, if you want evidence that I never had intentions to blow up and be big, okay? Back in the day when I actually was at the height of my popularity on YouTube, I was getting offers from reality shows. They wanted to meet me to be on that Ultimate Gamer show because they felt that I was a big personality on YouTube and I was going to add to the show. And they actually said they thought I would go pretty far in it, being that, you know, I was making variety content or whatever. And they thought I would be a perfect fit. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to be me, man. I'm not about blowing up. I don't need to get popularity to being on your show or whatever. I just want to make content for YouTube. That's all I care about. Like being here for my audience and enjoying games. I don't want to be a celebrity. You know what I mean? And then, guess who they got in place of me? Justin Wong. He was the one who went on Ultimate Gamer in place of me because they wanted someone who was into fighting games. So they picked him. But that's what I mean. Like, I had many opportunities over the years, offers and shit from companies and stuff. I just know. I never took the bag and I never ran with any popularity, which is what, sadly, most people did. They all did that. Whenever they had the opportunity, they always took it, no matter what. You know, just take it, grow. No matter what. Doesn't matter what you sacrifice. Doesn't matter how you change. Just keep going, you know. I don't care. I never cared about any of that. I never wanted to be like that. I'm happy where I am. What's wrong with taking opportunity and growing? Because it changes you. It changes you. When you accept that, and it's not something that you are, it's not part of who you are, right? Like when I came into YouTube, I didn't come into YouTube to be popular. I didn't come into YouTube to make money. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I even monetized a single one. I didn't make a dime on it, right? I never had intention of trying to turn this into a job. I just liked it as a hobby, right? So when it became my job because I got laid off, it was shocking and a lifestyle change for me. And then, even then, I was like, I saw other people around me who were basically doing everything that I disagreed with in life. Toby Turner, taking ad campaigns to advertise Madden. He's never fucking played Madden in his life, but here he is advertising Madden on YouTube, and his ads that advertise his gaming channel are showing up on my gaming videos. It's 100% morally wrong. May not be legally wrong, but it's morally wrong. So I see shit like that. People always taking the opportunity to make a quick buck, and I hate it, and it drives me fucking nuts. I hate to say it, which a lot of people don't seem to understand. I'm not a money-motivated person. As much as money would help out my life situation, I'm definitely not a money-motivated person. I'm a morals-motivated person. So because of that, there's a lot of things that I've turned down, and I've been very different from others. Probably comes from being raised Roman Catholic and having those morals and values instilled in me. And that's how I kind of live my life. So I'm not going to be taking every advantage or jumping on every little thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm only going to do what I feel is right for me and my audience. And that has essentially meant declining and becoming the whipping boy for a bunch of bullies on the internet because I didn't take those opportunities. I guess some people think that, yeah, because he didn't do all those things back in the day to become big, that he's a joke. Wait, what? So because I stayed true to myself, I didn't sell out, I haven't changed. I don't think I'm some big fucking shot now. That's a bad thing? Really? Okay, if you say so. Okay, so guys, I told you this was going to be a chill day, correct? So, I'm done with the stuff I had to talk about. Dream Green says, I tried to super chat and it says there's something wrong on YouTube's end. Well, hold on a second. According to my page, everything is active and working, but I'm not calling you a liar. YouTube has been having issues for days. People are gifting memberships and they're not divvying out right away. And then YouTube has not been counting revenue properly for 3 days. Like, there's no revenue for 3 days on anyone's YouTube page. It just shows it's 0. And YouTube already came out publicly and said, no, we screwed it up. It's not working on our end. Don't worry, the money is there that you're earning. It's just not working right. So you literally may not be able to do a super chat right now. It might be screwed up, you know? And there's nothing that can be done about that. I would say if you're really trying to super chat and it won't go through, another way that you can support the channel is obviously whatchamacallit? A tip, of course. Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, you could always tip. Tipping is outside of YouTube. So in that case, if it's not working, please tip me. That will help a lot, okay? And I appreciate that you're attempting to support the channel. I'm sorry if it's not working. YouTube is having issues these last few days, okay? Okay. Anyway, so, okay. Well, FYI, I did get your tip, Dream Greens. I do shout out to the end of the show, so that's coming up. And the Grease Merchant did a super chat, and it did come through. So apparently the super chats do work. For some reason, they weren't working for Dream Greens. I don't know why, but they are working for other people. Who knows? I should say this. Yeah. So YouTube's having a lot of issues right now. I should have said this up front and I forgot about it. YouTube's having a lot of issues. Number one, certain things just aren't working. Like I said, people are trying to gift memberships and they're not being handed out. And everyone's like, well, what gives? Did they go out? Did they not go out? To my knowledge, they are going out. They're just very, very delayed. So you might gift a membership right now and it doesn't go out for like hours. There's something going on YouTube side. There's wonkiness. Like, for example, some people are saying they can't super chat even though they want. I recommend if you cannot do something through YouTube, please contribute via tipping. So that way, I still get the support rather than, YouTube basically, costing me, which would really suck. Also, like I just said, YouTube has been screwed up for several days. Starting on July 10th, they have not reported any revenue. It's as if no one's YouTube channel on YouTube is making any money as of July 10th, which obviously is not the case. There's ad revenue, there's super chat revenue, there's membership revenue. So it makes no sense, but they already put out the warning. They said, listen, our system is broken. It's on our end. We're going to fix it. Don't worry. Whatever you're making is there. You just can't see it yet, but it will be coming. So I'm not freaking out at all. To me, it's like not a big deal. Obviously, this month has been pretty good so far. I don't foresee me having any, terrible, oh my God, the sky is falling kind of a deal. you know, I don't really, it's not bothering me. So I know maybe other content creators may be freaking out. For me, it's like, nah, if it's just a reporting issue, I'm not too nervous about it. It's fine. If they know what everyone's making, then it's not a big deal. So move on, right? But yeah, so YouTube's having a lot of wonkiness this week. It's been 4 straight days and counting that things have been going wrong. So my apologies if anything doesn't seem to be working right away. Yeah, it's life, I guess, right? Okay, now, back to what I was saying.
Typically helps me more than anything.